Relegation matches, AAA versus Game DE, and Fnatic versus Seal Gaming. So what this is you see that the Epic Gaming and Solomid are already qualified in the upper bracket semifinals. Well, right here we have Against All Authority fighting Game for the chance to even stay alive. The winner goes to top 4 and fights Epic. The loser, done, guaranteed 5th, 6th, but that's it. They're out of the tournament. And same with Fnatic versus Seal Gaming. The winner fights Solomid. The loser, out of the tournament, going to fight for 5th, 6th. Now, not only are they just fighting for elimination and staying in, but also they're playing weighted best of 3s. These are going to be best of 3s with a 1-game advantage already going to the second place team. So AAA got second in their own group. So they're actually 1-0 in a best of 3, meaning if they go 1-0 or 1-1 in this series, in these games, they move on. Gamed must 2-0 to stay alive. If they lose a game, they're out, but they must 2-0. And the same likewise where Seal Gaming got second place in their group. They're all strong champions. This is sort of an intriguing setup here still. I'm not quite sure. This is the most synergy I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think with Anivia in the team, that would have been...
Alright everybody, and welcome back to the game. I know that 4 seconds apart was heartbreaking for all of you. I think I missed 5 kills during that time. I was talking about CS in the background. It was terrible. I apologize. We missed everything. The game's actually over. This is game 2. Okay, sorry. So bad jokes are good, apparently. So Ash leading the way with her team. They've got really strong...
He's just going to sit there and you come anywhere close and won't necessarily stun you, but that's always the fear for Against All Authority, that they're going to go close to that bush, they're going to get stunned. Candy Panda's going to rocket jump in there, and all of a sudden you're in there, and we actually see a Mumu move in there with the ultimate, and there is first blood. It actually comes to Candy Panda, and he's going to rocket jump right in onto Yellow Star. Is he going to take kill number 2? Yes, he is. Great play from Game. Absolutely amazing. Candy Panda going 2 for 0. And they are going to take down the first turret of the game as well. They've got plenty of minions there. Got enough attack damage to make this happen? No. Okay.
Wow, I don't know if they're afraid of any team's outlane as far as gold income is concerned, but the push onto Nif will land the stun. This guy is so incredibly dead. Tarek going down. Momo getting the kill there. That's nice for him. He really wants that gold. And they're going to position themselves for Dragon. Beautiful play by AAA. Managed to say, okay, look, you know, we're going to go for Dragon, we're going to catch someone out, and there's the pink ward to clear the wards. This is just completely correct play by them. Warwick even came down from the top to make sure that happened, and so they've got themselves a nice advantage now, bringing that back to 1-2 on kills, getting the only Dragon of the game. And your Candy Panda going to defend his turret against 4, though, as Warwick comes in. Candy Panda, I don't know what he can do, but he can rocket jump in, and the flash pushes back Nunu, running away, but John is now showing up for the slow. There's the Ice Blast as well. Candy Panda, I'm sorry, bro. It was a nice try, but 2-2, well played by AAA. Afraid to defend. Looks like 3 members of AAA. This is again a double suppression setup. This was what I was talking about earlier, where this early game is going to be super good for them, where they can't pick down single targets. This is the advantages they need to build. But in late game, I still think, you know, Game doing a good job, and Amumu will flash over the wall, and here comes Tarek. Looks like Nunu going to take the stun first, and here comes the rest of the team who will miss that silence. And here is the damage output. It is immense, and who are they going to go for first? Looks like Moma in front, taking the Pyroclasm. Leenock extremely low as well, but they can't quite pick up any of these kills, but it does give them a nice 4v3 advantage up at top. And they're actually not going to do anything with it, though. They're actually going to back off entirely. Ashman pushing mid, doing some pretty good damage. This turret down to about 2/3. And looks like they're going to catch. Oh, they're going to catch a 2v2 in this fight. Can Brand do enough damage? Just Anivia getting extremely low. And yes, Jana will die. Game DE picking up that kill. And now Soa's taking a stun from Tarek to wall out. The damage from Rake is huge. Can they pick up Xylor? Looks like not, but Ash doing some good damage as well. And yes, Xylor will die to Soa's Ignite, and he will stay alive in the meantime. So 1 for 1, good kills so far. Looks like Ash going to flash away as best she can. Going to be fine with that cleanse. 1 for 1 there. And that's some wonderful stuff. The trade is pretty decent, but Game is positioned to take this turret down, and Soaz still kind of alone here. Candy Panda could make the push, but he's been spotted. Oh, they found Nunu, and Nunu's been blocked off. That damage output is huge, and he has gone down. Wow, that was
out of position completely there from Linek. I'm not sure what his idea was. I mean, back off towards the middle area, and actually they've just spotted this Against All Authority team coming down there. There is a ward placed exactly where Against All Authority have just put theirs down in that bush, and we are going to see Soaz initiate this fight. Kevin's in a little bit of trouble here. Soaz is going to be in there and annoying, although we will see Kuji go down first of all. That's not the greatest thing for against authorities. We see Candy Panda, rocket jumps in onto Soaz, Ignite was put out there, but we see a very aggressive counter push once again. Candy Panda is going to go down. Kevin is there for the taking if they go around, not quite just yet. Nif will go down. They can continue to push here. Rake was really completely low. Kevin is low as well. And Yellow Star will have to back away from that one. His health far from healthy as well. And
I think that would have been a decent fight for them, especially with the Navy having Golem.
Yeah, and that's a dangerous thing in that situation, fighting inside of the Dragon Pit, if you want to call it that. Especially when there's a Nivea on the other team, you get sealed off, and it's going to be hell for your teammates until that wall obviously finishes off. So we are seeing Game put a little bit of pressure down in this middle. Soaz does now have the Sunfire Cape, and there's another nice wall in. Good defensive arrow actually coming out from Ash, and against Authority are going to initiate the fight onto this one. Game trying to work their way out. Xylo in a little bit of trouble, is going to be pushed down, is going to be killed. Candy Panda actually rocket jumps his way out of that situation, and Game are going to survive with 4. But against Authority, you know,
shot is out. It's going to be a pretty close contended fight. Looks like they're still going for the dragon. They're going to maybe back. No, they're going to stay for it. I think they should. It's down to half health. As long as they can get a gun at Nivea wall, they're fine for this. No, here comes the Ash arrow that completely whiffs. So Xylor in the front. Here comes the team fight. The damage output is immense. They're going to jump onto Linak first, which is a bit of a mistake. Now Xylor in the front, going to flash backwards. And there's a kill on the Candy Panda. Looks like a Mumu going to drop down as well. A good ult from Nunu's going to drop down a couple of these champions. 2 kills for nothing. And Rake will put down some damage on the Linak. Linak might survive though, and now Rake's been spotted and caught by Ash. Now Kevin in bad shape, going to get knocked up by that Jana, and he's kind of in an alone position right now. Takes an Ice Blast to the face, and Kevin's going to go down, making that a 4-0 trade. Soaz and Linak both extremely low, but staying alive. And those tanks running in front. And look at that. Malzar's kind of low, but Jana, Ash, they've taken no damage at all.
Yeah.
And so they positioned their tanks perfectly. Linak and Soaz did a perfect job in that game. Took all the damage and got away with under a third health, each of them. Linak extremely low, making it away. And that's just wonderful team fight positioning by AAA. I really think Game could have just walled right here. I mean, you look at this, and they have positioning right around here. The enemy team is around here. A wall could have lasted up to about this location, had a little small entrance right there. And, I mean, that Amumu, Tarek, Tristana, I mean, all of them can push back through there and keep you from really jumping through. And if you could have walled here, ulted there, blocked the entrance, it could have pulled Dragon this way, so they had positioning the tanks in front, Tristana in the back, and just killed that and had that really nice wall of positioning right there where they had to run through. But looks like Baron is the attempt there. Amumu has gotten into range. Can they get the stun out in time? No, they will. Ooh, that was close. They almost picked it up. Candy Panda will have to flash back. Nif will go down. 2 kills for nothing. The Baron's already been picked up by AAA. And that was pretty much a freebie there. Yeah, I missed that one going on, but you know, I was talking about Anivia walls. Who cares about Baron kills? So anyway, AAA picking up 2 more kills and the Baron. They're certainly doing well here. Still, you know, 8,000 gold. I'm actually surprised they're not up more than that. That seems like a small percentage of advantage considering how much they're winning by. But certainly in the advantage now. If AAA wins this game, they will move on to the top 4, and Games will go home, have to fight for 5th, 6th with the loser of Fnatic versus CLG, which is coming up immediately after this series. If AAA wins, stick around because they're going to go right into CLG versus Fnatic immediately after this game. If Game wins, stick around because they're fighting another game of Game versus AAA.
Either way, stick around, basically, is the message.
Either way, stick around, yes.
The entire day.
Stick around the entire day, yeah.
So we're seeing against Authority starting to push up this middle area. We have a Banshee's Veil on Yellow Star. And obviously games have respawned in here, so we're not going to see too much aggression possibly from against Authority. They still have you know, the bottom lane and the top lane that they can split off to very quickly from this position. And maybe Yellow Star will end up going alone. Actually, they're going to just go pushing straight through onto this middle turret, and obviously Yellow Star doing the main bulk of that damage, and they will pass through that one without too much of a problem. Only Linak taking a little bit of damage there, and they're possibly just going to continue. Yeah, Yellow Star already pumping out the damage onto this inner turret. Again, not much that Game can do, to be honest.
Yeah, they're not quite landing the walls that they need. Every time they drop a wall, and it comes out here, and Nunu's on the back side, and he's safe. They've never yet pincered a guy on the other side of that wall in quite some time, actually, except for these 2v2 ganks that we saw earlier where they pick one up with the wall. They've not gotten any really isolations out, so that's really unfortunate there for Game. We took another push coming in, and oh, they are happy to push onto this turret. AAA doing a great job, and Warwick has jumped into that fight. He takes a stun, but again, it's the tanks in front, which means so little for these guys, and the damage output is huge. Looks like Rake will go down. Candy Panda extremely low as well. Malzahar getting a lot of damage, and he will in fact drop. Looks like Nif, one of the last few alive. He is the only one left here. AAA will pick him up completely easily. This is going to be a dead inhibitor, 5v0. Great fight from Against All Authority. It looks like they might be moving on and be our third team into the winner bracket semifinals. The inhibitor is down. They have only one minion, and they don't really care, in fact. Sowaz and Lena going to take all the damage from these turrets, and it's not a big deal. Moma actually running up towards the Nexus for no good reason. Everyone is flashing towards that. This is going to be definitely the Nexus down. AAA will move on in this relegation match and be the third team in the winner bracket semifinals.
In my opinion, a very deserved victory there from Against All Authority. We've seen them. I mentioned this in the European Championship that we don't really see many mistakes from Against All Authority. They're generally just a very solid team that throughout the tournament seem to stick at a very, very constant high level. Obviously, some mistakes here and there are going to happen throughout, but Against All Authority, for me, being the most consistent European team that we've seen so far, and they're going to be going through into that winning bracket semi-final. Going to be interesting to see how they do. Unfortunately for Game, their run in this tournament is over.
Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and we hope you enjoyed the first game of day 2. I'm here with Candy Panda from Game DE, and we're going to talk a little bit about the questions that you have about the first game. So, you started off first blood and a double kill. How'd that make you feel?
Well, it felt great. We thought we had the advantage, but then people started to, lose. They didn't concentrate, and then we gave away a few kills, and then we lost our advantage.
Well, I personally, I'm really, really bad with Tristana, and you are not really bad. I mean, you're amazing with Tristana. I've never seen anyone play her like you. What's your big secret?
Well, actually, I learned everything from Tristana from a player named Habicht. It's a friend of mine, and he plays the great Tristana, so I learned a lot from him. So, yeah.
Gotcha. Well, you guys played really well, but as you said, it wasn't enough. So what do you think is the big mistake that happened in that game?
Well, we didn't make one big mistake. We make a lot of small mistakes, like giving away a few kills, and yeah, we didn't make one big mistake. Yeah.
Awesome. I've been talking with Candy Panda from Gamer DE. We're going to shoot it on over to Karen, who's talking with AAA.
A double kill on you. Were you guys worried at all about that? It was a crazy beginning of the game.
Yeah, that was a bad beginning. We knew he was coming. We saw him, but we were hoping that Nunu had the time to come, but he hadn't. We took the dive, and they did great, and we died.
It was very dramatic in the beginning for sure. So at the very end, it was very dramatic at the end as well, where you guys had, you won that Baron fight, or sorry, you won the Dragon fight, which took you to Baron, which took you into their base. Now, how did you guys set that up?
Well, it always go like after each fight or each Drake, you check your cooldowns, your summoners, everything. And if you have enough and you know that they don't have, because they were really depending on the Amumu ultimate, if you know they don't have the Amumu ultimate and Anivia doesn't have her blue, you just go to push, and they can't stop it.
That was very impressive. That's a lot of quick thinking in the span of a few seconds, I'm sure. So, one last question for you. So who did you really have to focus in that game from the other team?
Well, Candy. Candy Panda.
Great. And okay, so my final request. So I got denied a high five from you yesterday. Can I have a high five today?
I don't high five.
Thank you so much, and back to you.